Welcome to Hoops Friday night. Highlights and scores from right around 70 high schools throughout West Central Ohio. I'm Adam Solomon. He's Tony Quach. Dylan Tyson will join us in a little bit. First up, a battle in the Northwest Conference.
Spencerville sits at 5-0. Lima Central Catholic is 3-1. Both teams are 1-0 in conference play, and it's tonight's Spotlight game.
This Hoops Friday night Spotlight game is presented by Midwest Electric Incorporated.
It's the number 2 and number 3 scoring offenses in the NWC. Bearcats score 62 a game. LCC puts up 64. Very young T-Birds team. Only one senior, so how about the 5'4" freshman Jeff Williams? No fear driving to the hoop. 12-9 LCC after one. Second quarter, 1-point game. Jordan Pretty swarmed, but he's got Brady Parker downtown. Birds go back up by 2, and pretty much nothing but threes for either team in this half. Grady Smith unguarded in the corner. Spencerville's up 5 at the break, and the Bearcats are relentless in the third quarter. Will Sensabaugh to the glass and one, making an 11-point lead at that point. Next trip down, the big man Carter Orr, the triple try of his own. He's got it. It's an 11-2 run to open the half. Everybody getting in on the scoring off the bench. The freshman Drew Stemmen tacks on the 3, 42-29. Spencerville has every bit of the momentum to open the second half, riding that 16-point lead to a 62-54 win. Bearcats are 6-0. Staying in the NWC, 4-3 Crestview hosts Columbus Grove. It's just the second game of the season for the Bulldogs. They're 0-1. Now it's tonight's on your screen first. Ren Sheets skies to bring that one in, goes up and scores to get this game underway. Back comes Columbus Grove. Trenton Barraza, we know his name, pulls up at the three-point line, splashes it in, making it look easy. Back to Crestview, this time Will Sheets showing off the post game down low. Crestview leads by 3. Now it's Trevin Baxter driving to the hoop here. Watch him go over the defender, off the glass, give him the deuce, but give Crestview the win. Here's Tommy Hefner. Watch him drive, pull up, knock it down. Crestview improves to 5-3 with the 63-41 win.
All right, at the Pirate Ship, Bluffton meets Riverdale in a non-conference showdown. The Falcons are trying to even up their record at 4-4 and snap a 12-game slide against the Pirates. A minute to go in the second, Riverdale makes the extra pass in the corner, and Jack Dussault gets to the go from long range. That pulls his team within 2. The Falcons continue to move the rock around. Evan Ryder sends it to Grant Embody. He gets it over the defender for 2, and Riverdale is still down by 3. Let's take it to the fourth. Bluffton comes up with a loose ball. In transition, Taryn Boblet throws it up, and Kane Wright is on the receiving end for the lay-in. Pirates now lead by 17. The Bluffton defense was sticking to the Falcons, just like my pants were to a heater a couple weeks ago. Here's Bean Ginther with the takeaway. He gives it up to Blake Summers, gets the easy bucket to fall. Pirates win 73-52.
He's got new pants now, although they look the same. Around the Northwest Conference, Allen East to beat Jefferson 61-38, while Lincoln View loses to Ottoville in a non-league game 51-44. More non-league for the NWC. Bluffton goes to 4-0 with the 73-52 win over Riverdale.
All right, guys, we're heading over to MAC country now. Finally, the sun has set on football season for Marion Local. The Flyers make their season debut tonight against 2-2 New Knoxville. The Rangers look to start 1-0 in MAC play for the first time since 2017. But the Flyers have taken the last 12 meetings dating back to 2014. Before that, this was the Rangers rivalry. They won 9 straight. Tonight, they've got their work cut out for them with 6'8" Austin Niekamp. Number 23 gets it going from the tip. The pass from Grant Kramer into three-point land. He lets it fly for the first bucket of the Flyers season. Later in the first, it's more of Niekamp. This time in the paint, turns inside for the baby hook. Man, makes it look easy. Flyers up by 6. Second quarter, Rangers need to get something going. Jay Schrader pops out for the 3 as New Knoxville cuts the deficit to 5, but the Flyers still look like they're in football mode, guys, the way they're getting physical on these boards. Guess who? Niekamp for the putback score. The senior puts up 20 in Marion Local season opener. Their 13th consecutive dub over New Knoxville, 57-35. And just across 119, Minster and St. Henry both trying to get back to 500 tonight. The Redskins were the MAC's top scoring team last year, but ranked last in defense. Through 5 games this year, they're allowing 56 per game. Minster guard Cole Richard going to capitalize. The senior having a night so far. A strong and one finish here. Wildcats are cooking, up 31 in the second half. Skins looking for some life. It's the freshman Landon Schwartz who gets the offensive putback. Nice effort by the young fella there, but on the other end, Minster breaking the press. It's Richard Richard again with the shot fake, resets, buries the triple try. The senior made 7 threes for the Wildcats tonight. Wow. And despite the big lead, Richard's not done yet. Here's the transition pass. He finishes through contact. Cole Richard, 27 points tonight. Minster 64-32 over St. Henry.
7 threes. Sheesh.
Damn. Checking out the rest of the MAC. For Recovery defends home court against Parkway. 53-48 is the final. Meanwhile, Versailles tops New Bremen 50-41. We had a couple of GMC versus PCL games. Fort Jennings wins on the road against Ayersville 55-40. Patrick Henry brought the heat against Kalida 49-36.
All right, time for a quick break. Coming up, we'll turn to the Western Buckeye League, the Northwest Central Conference, and the Blanchard Valley Conference highlights and scores straight ahead. Welcome back to Hoops Friday night. Let's turn to the Western Buckeye League, a rematch from the Tip-Off Classic. That's Shawnee and Bath.
That matchup was a 60-41 win for Shawnee over at the Elida Fieldhouse.
The Indians are the top scoring offense in the WBL. Both teams are 1-0 in league play. The Bath student section ready to roll. Mark Triplett and Shawnee hoping for their 5th win in a row over the Wildcats. And it's the Indians starting us off. Jair Hutchins catches, sets, knocks down the 3 ball to open up the scoring. Next time down, Hutchins scoots down to the corner this time around. Same result, though. Shawnee's off to the hot start. Bath eventually responds, though. Zach Welsh driving baseline here, leaves for Logan Markley, who gathers, goes up, scores. More from the Wildcats later as Dagan Hawkins pulls up, assists to Daniel Cole. You know, that long ball's in, but Shawnee starts to do their thing. More from Hutchins. This time, goes up for the offensive board, follows it up with great footwork to find an opening. Beckett Berkey scored his 1,000th career point, and Shawnee gets the 62-41 win. Kenton is looking to end a 3-game losing streak. Elida just ended their 3-game losing streak on Tuesday against Allen East. Now, Wildcats are trying to stick around in this one. Knocking down the 3 here. They're down 42-24. We are in the 3rd quarter at this point. Now, Elida was hitting some shots, though. Amari Wash from straightaway money. Now, the Bulldogs showing the determination in this one, guys, namely Zori Island. Misses the 3, but gets it back. Here we go. No. But you know what? He's getting his 3 points. So
oh, my goodness.
The foul. He hit the free throw.
Goodness,
he's smiling. They're having fun, and they're pulling away. Later, Jonathan Payne forces a turnover. Marcus Hill doesn't convert the dunk. Payne cleans it up. Elida goes to 1-1 in conference play with a 63-29 win. Kenton drops to 0-2 in the WBL.
If at first you don't succeed.
Try a couple more times. Wapakoneta breaks a 32-game losing streak against Ottawa Glandorf, according to our math, 52-43, their first win in the matchup since 1995. Van Wert is the winner over Salina. Elsewhere, 50-35.
Well, how about an all-Lima clash in the Northwest Central Conference? It's a big opportunity for Temple Christian tonight. They can end their 8-game drought against Perry as the team is 0-5 for the first time since 2012. Well, the Commodores have won 13 of the last 14 meetings, and they've done it by an average of 26 points. The lone exception came in overtime 6 years ago. Tonight, the Pioneers have a chance at revenge. They lead at 25-16 after halftime, but here comes Perry. Hunter Scott coming downhill, asserts himself in the paint. A 9-0 run has us all tied up at 25. Later, Commodores, good ball movement, and it's Tease Watkins finishing the job. 34-30 lead late 3rd, but Temple won't make Perry's first win an easy one. Final seconds of the frame, 2-point game just before the buzzer. Nolan Wright buries the triple. Pioneers reclaim the lead. 4th quarter, tie game. Isaiah Kaiser all over the boards and capitalizing with points in the paint. 6 unanswered for a 6-point lead. And what a finish tonight by the senior. All 10 of Kaiser's points coming in the 4th quarter, leading a 12-2 run for Temple's first win over Perry since 2018, 53-44.
Love to see that. Over in Hancock County, our Northern takes on Corey Austin. The Hornets are still looking for their first win of the season. They meet a Polar Bear team that's 2-0 in conference play. First possession of the game, Preston Stump comes up with the steal, and in transition, he finds Carson Reese for the easy layup. Corey Austin is up by 2. On their next possession, Reese drives and kicks it out to an open Colin Sons, and he bangs in the triple. The Hornets start the game on a 5-0 run. Bahara Northern gets it going now. They get their own offensive board, and that leaves Mason Stewart all alone on the outside. He gets that ball to fall. Road team pulls within 2. And the Polar Bears got their claws out. They take the Hornets' honey, and Stewart gets ahead of the defense for the sweet finish. Bahara Northern wins 54-37. Let's check out the remaining scores in the NWCC. Top-notch defense in this one. USV wins 28-26 over Waynesville Goshen. Ridgemont and Ridgedale was a close one as well, but it was the Golden Gophers from Mount Victory grounding the Rockets 55-53.
In the Blanchard Valley Conference, undefeated Arlington hosts the Van Buren Black Knights, who haven't beaten the Red Devils since 2017. Picking up action in the third quarter, Arlington up 21-18. Jace Vermillion fires from the corner, knocks down that three-pointer. Later, the Red Devils, it's Drew Metzger. Hauls in the rebound. The junior lays it back to extend that lead to 8 points. Good hustle there. Still in the third, Lucas Harrington coming up here. He'll convert at the rim, and the senior cuts the Black Knight deficit down to 6 points. And coming back with more from Van Buren, Harrington again will get inside the paint and put this one away. But it was Arlington who had the final say. 50-32 is your final. They are 7-0.
And not to mention, they improved to 2-0 in the league standings. 2 games are a half game ahead of them at 3-0. Liberty Benton dominated Vanalue tonight 69-33. Ada edges out Elmwood 45-33. Meanwhile, Pandora Gilboa suffers their first conference loss in a 61-58 classic edition of this Putnam County rivalry with Lipsick. Finally, Arcadia a winner over Macomb 60-46.
All right, it's time for our final break. Coming up, we go to the Shelby County League, Northern Lakes League, Three Rivers Conference, and more. Don't leave. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hoops Friday night. To the Shelby County League we go. 2 teams that look to keep pace with first place Russia.
That's right, Adam. Botkins and Jackson Center both have 1 league loss coming into Friday. A combined 8-2 conference record between the Trojans and the Tigers.
It's a good one.
Yep. The Trojans have won 7 of the last 9 games against the Tigers, but before we get into the action, current Botkins senior and future Finley Oiler, Ross Dietz, has Division III state runner-up golf banner unveiled during halftime. Congratulations to Ross on a historic and decorated career for Botkins. All right, in the second half, Jackson Center trails by 1. Lawson Snap turns and gets the lane. He gives his team a 1-point lead. Down the court, it's Noah Top, putting his team back on top. He sends this one home with the right, and Botkins now leads by 1. Later in the quarter, it's still 1-possession game. Colin Dosek has the same idea. He'll do it with the left. Botkins regains the advantage. In the closing seconds of the third, Carter Klopfenstein decides to spot up for 3, and the junior hits nothing but net as time expires. We're tied at 27 going into the fourth. But Botkins turns it up a notch in the fourth. Dosek glides to the rack for the bucket and the Band-Aid. A team high 17 points for him. Botkins edges out Jackson Center 42-39.
Let's go up to the Northern Lakes League for Buckeye Division play. It's the first of 2 meetings for Finley and Whitmer this year. Last season's games were split by a combined 9 points. Early on, though, the Trojans looking like they might be outsized this year. Whitmer's Justin Harrelson cleans up his own miss, drops it back in. The junior puts the Panthers up by 2. But now, here come the Trojans. The inbound pass to Riley Korkos. Bronson Giroux takes it the distance. Finley pulls back within a point. And just a few plays later, more from the Trojans. Blade Went catches a bird. The junior gets the lefty floater to fall. But within the blink of an eye, the Panthers charging right back to the other end. It's in this same clip here. Tylen Davis goes all the way there with the putback bucket. It's all Whitmer tonight, featuring Bowling Green commit Makai Leach, who finishes in transition. The Panthers would go on to win 64-48.
All right, we'll wrap things up in the Three Rivers Conference. Lehman Catholic plays host to Covington. The Cavs enter this game undefeated with a 5-0 record and a 4-0 mark in the TRC. In the second half, Lehman Catholic is on the fast break. Turner Lachey bounces it over to CJ Oding, and the junior gets the hoop and the harm. The Cavs are now up by 8. It's now a fight for the loose ball. Oding flips it to Lachey. He pump fakes and gets the score. The home team pushes their lead to 10. And later in the fourth, Oding cuts through the defense for another lay-in. It's now 44-29 in favor of Lehman Catholic. And the Cavs continue to add on. Lachey came to play, and no one is stopping the junior as he pushes his team's lead to 17. And this one is all Lehman Catholic. Shane Franks splits his defenders for the bucket, and the Cavs win 50-29.
Let's go back to the Shelby County League, shall we? Anna tops Fort Laramie 48-36. Russia goes to 6-0 with the 67-18 win over Houston. Paulding beat Archbald elsewhere 61-47, while Fairview falls to, well, actually Paulding beat Stryker 61-47.
Come on,
no, Archbald did not play 2 games tonight. They did beat Fairview, though, 42-37, your final there. And that will do it for Hoops Friday night. We have a busy Saturday coming up for you. Ohio State and Tennessee, obviously, in the college football playoff. Ohio State hoops against number 4 Kentucky. Q's Holiday Classic. Allen County Wrestling, of course. These guys will have you fully covered. For Tony Quach, Dylan Tyson, I'm Adam Solomon. We will see you next Friday night.